Calling you live here on the Rockets. Who's calling in?
It's Maureen Shea.
Oh, hey, Maureen. I forgot that John just said you were coming back on the show.
Yeah. She told me to call in at 8.
Yeah, so how
are you feeling after your fight? You had a really great fight on that Mosley Mayorga card.
I'm still frustrated. I'm so frustrated. I still want the rematch. I feel good. I feel great. I was very proud of my performance. I know a lot of people got to see that. They got to see female boxing for the first time, and they were thoroughly impressed. So that makes me happy. I feel good. I'm actually going to do some traveling now and some more press and stuff. But I can't wait to get back in there.
Did you rewatch the fight?
I saw clips of it, but I'm waiting for my trainer to come back to watch the whole fight. So, I'm going to watch it. I think Thursday we're going to watch it together. So I was waiting for him because I haven't seen him. It's been tough. I haven't been able to speak to my trainer about my fight yet because he's been away. But I was in there. I know a lot of what I did, and I feel very good about it. But I just have a feeling I'm going to get more frustrated when I watch it. But we'll see.
Yeah, from what I saw watching the fight, you were definitely the aggressor, and it seemed like Avila didn't really throw anything that bothered you too much. And I had you winning the fight, but at the same time, like Avila seemed to land maybe cleaner punches, and she did more damage to your face, and maybe the judges were scoring out or something.
Well, the judges' scorecards alone were a little crazy. They were so far, so different.
Right, yeah,
like
they were pretty far apart.
Yeah, so, and it's like, that's what I get for being half Mexican, half Irish. I mark very easily. So, if I wear my headgear, I get marks on my face from my headgear, But,
right.
and probably, I feel like after the first round, I went in there and I realized, I'm like, she's not going to throw anything. She's not coming. And I'm like, I have to make this fight happen. So, in reality, I kind of took a couple to give a couple, but her power wasn't, her punches weren't hurting me. Not that I like to take punches at all, but, I kind of did what I had to do to make the fight a little exciting because it wasn't going to be. We could have had a staring contest, and I don't do staring contests.
Well, it was definitely a very entertaining fight. Quite frankly, mostly put on a good undercard. His fight with Mayorga wasn't much to look at because Mayorga, he really has no business fighting anymore. But your fight was good, and the junior fight was good. So, hey, do you see yourself, doing more business with Mosley in the future?
I'd love to, but I've gotten some other calls. Some other promoters and people have seen the fight and they see my marketing ability and how what I do, the work that I do outside of the ring leading up to the fight. We took this fight on 2 weeks' notice. We were getting ready for another fight, and I was asked to do a lot of media, which I was fine with because I understand the importance of promoting not just the event but also my fight and to get people excited about women's boxing. So I was more than happy to take that on. If given more time, I think it would have been even bigger. So, I hope so. I'd love to do work with Shane again. And I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more to come from this fight. So all in all, it was a great experience, and I know it's just more is going to come.
You have any spoilers for us as to who's reaching out to you, as in where we might see you fight again?
Well, let's just say it might be on the East Coast or it might be on the West Coast. That's all I can do right now. But it'll be TV will definitely be involved, and it'll be just as exciting, if not more exciting, than the Luna fight. But I'm looking for that rematch, so I'm hoping that comes first. But and if that comes first, that'll be. So either way, it's going to be an exciting fight because if it's not with her, the other possibility is going to be a very exciting fight as
well. This is what your 10th year as a professional.
Yep.
And from what I saw, this would be like the first time you're fighting for like a major recognized world title. Did you expect it to take that long?
It's been a long journey. I fought for the WBC. I won the interim title.
Interim,
but
right?
nobody,
That was back in 2011, but
Exactly, and nobody even knew about that because if I fought in Mexico, I didn't even know anybody that was there. It was tough, like just having that. But I really just I'm the kind of person that I just put my head down. I keep on working. I'm not going to say it was it was tough, but I did whatever I had to do to get there. So how long it took. I mean, I trust the journey, and I have faith. But I'm not going to say that it wasn't frustrating. But I know my abilities. I know what I'm capable of, and I know this isn't going to be the last time. So I look forward to what's to come.
How long do you see yourself boxing?
I mean, I'm in the best shape of my life. I think women get better with age, and I'm smarter. I'm physically better, and I'm stronger. The way that our bodies develop is a little bit different than the men. Also, because we start later on in life. I mean, I started boxing at 19. I didn't turn pro. I had 12 amateur bouts when I was 21. I turned amateur, and I turned pro at 24. And so, it took some time to get to this place. And, getting fights, promoters not promoting women, but my grind is my experience. So, I mean, I leave it in God's hands. I mean, I eventually want to get married and have children, and, I'm not going to box and have kids. I'm not going to have a child and then come back to boxing. But right now, I'm fully focused on my career, and I'm just looking forward to what's next. So the good Lord will let me know.
Well, yeah, you're still relatively young, 34. I mean, Alicia Ashley, she's 48 and still one of the best in the world.
Exactly.
So hey, it's a big fight weekend this week. Who do you got on the Mayweather-Berto fight? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but
I'm actually going to be in Vegas. I'm actually going to be out there I'm going out there for something else, so I'm actually going to be in Vegas that weekend, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I got Floyd. I mean, I'm honestly not excited about that. I'm not excited about that fight at all, and I don't think people are.
How about the
ticket
undercard?
Sales suck. I don't even know who's on the undercard. Isn't that terrible? I haven't even been paying attention. Who's on the other? I just so mad. Once I heard, I mean, it's bad. Once I heard he was fighting Berto, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you couldn't. I mean, come on. I'm just like, okay. But who's on the undercard?
That's actually pretty good. It's a rematch between Orlando Salido and Rocky Martinez. Their first fight was one of the best fights this year.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Maybe I would go just for that.
And let's see, there's Badu Jack versus George Groves for the WBC super middleweight title.
I like Badu Jack. I saw him. I was ringside when he fought Thurman in Vegas.
Right. No, I guess those are the two main fights. The opening pay-per-view fight is what is it? Johnny Gonzalez and Jonathan Kendo. Kendo doesn't really have a chance.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Gonzalez at the same time, he's like an up and down fighter, so it could be exciting. Who knows? And then what's the pre-pay-per-view fight is Ishe Smith against Vanes Monterosian.
Oh, okay. I mean, honestly, I'm too focused on Cotto and Canelo.
So always
I'll
what?
keep it real. I know, but I'm excited about. Are you not excited about that fight? I mean, I'm excited about that fight. And Triple G
I know Brandon is.
I mean,
I will actually be in Vegas that weekend for Canelo Cotto. So I mean, that's my main focus myself. So, but I mean, I'm going to ask you this though: as being a professional fighter, is that kind of the buzz amongst other fighters that it's not that much energy for this Mayweather fight? I mean, this is going to literally be his last fight, but is it kind of sad that it's not that energy that we're used to, and even fellow boxers are like, nah, I'm not that interested?
Well, okay, so here's the deal. We go to the gym. In the gym, people would have been talking. I mean, I was in the gym. Obviously, my fight was, a week ago, but or 2 weeks ago. But people were, like, in the gym talking. Nobody was talking about this fight. Nobody. I mean, people were talking about Canelo Cotto. So in my training camp, once this fight was announced, people were like, oh, nobody talked about it in the gyms. And usually you get people talking and predicting and this and that. That's why I'm like, it's sad, but I don't see it being a good fight. I mean, I just don't. I mean, what about it is going to be good? What about Berto's style is going to make this an exciting fight? What about, what's Floyd going to do that's going to change it up? I mean, he's going to box his ears off.
I'm going to throw this at you, though. What if this is the one night Berto can get the shoulder roll correct? Then what? Then what happens? throws everything for a loop. If this is the night he can finally figure it out.
You go put some money down on that. Would you put some money down on that?
I mean, I'm blowing money on worse things, so I mean, why not? I mean, what's $20 on him possibly getting the shoulder roll right for one night and just completely blowing everyone's mind? I mean, it's a possibility. I mean,
possible.
It's a small
listen,
chance,
you're right.
But...
It's boxing. It's very possible. The likelihood, not really, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, I want to feel the energy in Vegas because they said so. I was reading about the hotels and how the hotels jacked their prices for the Pacquiao Mayweather fight and stuff. This hotels haven't even blinked an eye to increase their prices because they're not selling out. I'm going to a convention for a company that I endorse. That's why I'm going to be in Vegas this weekend. So I'm curious to feel what the energy is going to be like because if it's fight energy,
Well, I can tell you, MGM Grand is offering deals right now for $1,000. You get 2 fight tickets, seating for the weigh-in. You get a meal credit. You also get 2 nights there in the hotel for $1,000. So, and that's an email they've been sending out rather rapidly over the last 2 weeks because it's that bad. The ticket sales have been that lame for them.
Yeah.
So
they said there's like 2. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I read something about 2,000. I don't know. I saw the number 2,000. I don't know if that's how many tickets they sold.
2,000 plus still available, but
that's
really,
it. Yeah.
That's like underwhelming for a Floyd Mayweather fight. But I mean, for Vegas fights in general, it's not like they're not making any money. Like the game is still going to be millions upon millions of dollars. So it's a huge success for any other fighter besides Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and also just to be on the undercard of a Mayweather fight too. I mean, it comes with a name. They get the publicity and stuff, and I guess I love boxing. And there's fights like I'm more fans of I like styles. The styles that make the fights is what I'm really intrigued by, and also the people, the personalities. I'm a fan of the athlete, not necessarily the style so much, but the athlete too. But I'm not honestly, like, I think Floyd Mayweather is a phenomenal athlete. I'm not a fan of him as a person, but as an athlete, I'm like, damn, he's amazing as an athlete. Berto, I mean, I don't dislike Berto. I don't like his style so much. So it's a tough call for me. I mean, I'm going to keep it. I'm telling you the truth, which is my feelings, my opinion.
I think you're spot on. I don't think anybody's really going to disagree with that because I think that's how we all feel. I mean, I don't know really anybody who's going to order on pay-per-view and watch it. I'm not even going to watch it. I'll be covering MMA.
Well, how much are they charging for the pay-per-view?
It's still $70.
I should check. I've been meaning to check.
If it's $100, you got to be freaking kidding me.
It's definitely not 100. It might be 75.
Yeah, but still,
I think it's 75.
Yeah, still. That's like, come on.
75
to me, that's a $50 pay-per-view. But you think Floyd's going to throw a $50 pay-per-view out there to anybody? No.
Yeah, even my cable subscriber has sent me now 3 emails in the last 4 days to tell me to order it early. So, I mean, everybody's really reaching to try to help this out, but it's not working. It's not working at all.
Well, who would you have rather seen Floyd fight other than Berto?
The listeners of the show know I'm a huge Cotto fan, so I would have rather seen a Cotto rematch. Rather seen that and then figure that out at whatever weight. If that wouldn't have been an option, somebody else, I don't know, maybe even Amir Khan. But I like the fact that you picked Amir Khan just to make Amir Khan look stupid. So
it's so funny,
kind of funny.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that.
The pool is thin.
Who?
I said the pool is thin right now for him. So, I mean, he really had slim pickings all the way around.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, the big fight was the Pacquiao fight. That was it. And everybody said that after the Pacquiao fight, what's going to happen? Because that was the big hype. And did it really reach its potential? I mean, I think a lot of people, I remember I went to the tanning salon. I'm like, these girls don't know nothing about boxing. They were like, are you going to watch the fight this weekend? I'm like, what do you know about boxing? Everybody's talking about it. But it was funny. People were just like asking me, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, okay, never spoken to me about a fight at a weekend of a fight ever. But that was the big hype. And then that was a letdown for everybody. So I think it put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And now, knowing the style matchup, they're kind of like, that's even worse, I mean, they were already bitter the fact that they're not in their prime anymore, and they should have fought 5 years ago, Pacquiao and Mayweather. But now you got a Berto and a Mayweather, and they're kind of like, I don't know, are people going to get burnt out with the Mayweather, you know?
Yeah, well, contrary to
his last go.
I guess what a lot of people think about this fight, I actually expect Mayweather and Berto to be pretty entertaining because of the way that I expect Floyd to fight. Like, if Floyd respects what you're able to do to him, he will make it very boring because he doesn't want to take any chances. If he's like super confident, you can't do anything, he will lay on the ropes and just, roll his shoulders, duck and let you get off. And Berto is going to come forward and he's going to let his hands go. But Floyd can't really punch hard, so don't got to worry about Berto getting knocked out.
Who's going to hold first?
Who's going to hold first? Well, I might not be any holding. I mean, honestly, I really might not be any holding.
All right. Hey, I really hope there's going to be. I hope not, because that would be. I mean, I think we'll know in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm kind of like with Ryan. I do think that with this being Floyd's last fight, I think he'll actually change it up and kind of maybe go balls out because he really has nothing to lose. He's already said he's not going to chase Marciano's record. We all know what Berto can and can't do, what he's capable of. I wouldn't be shocked if this fight ends up being a doctor stoppage because of Berto's face constantly breaking up and swelling up in fights. So I look for Floyd to pretty much dictate the action, do what he wants. But Berto's going to have his moments and he'll have his shine. But I have a feeling it's going to be kind of similar to how the Victor Ortiz fight was for a few moments before Victor Ortiz caught that 2-piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could see that.
No, that fight was actually pretty entertaining.
It was.
Yeah, I could see that too, because everybody's talking about the Southwest style with the speed and everything like that. I mean, I could see it being. Yeah, I mean, I think after the first, then he's going to just dominate. I think he'll feel him out, play around the first couple rounds, see what it is, and then I think we'll know which way the fight's going to go. And then we'll know if it's going to be just a Floyd domination or if it's going to be a little bit exciting. You'll know in the first. I would say the first 2 rounds.
As soon as Berto runs out of gas, the fight's not going to be that good anymore.
I mean, Floyd will just be like, it'll be just peppering him, not even trying to hurt him, just abusing him, and making him look stupid.
Well, we know what definitely doesn't look stupid, and that's you, Maureen. I mean, you've done a great job over the last couple of weeks being an ambassador. No, seriously, being an ambassador for women's boxing because the buzz is now building for that. We definitely want you back on the ruckus when you're ready to break that news, about that next fight, or if you sign with a big promoter, because women's boxing needs to be put on a more of a higher platform. So shout out to Shane Mosley for giving you ladies the crack and the opportunity, and you guys not disappointing, and that energy being up here for women's boxing. So I definitely, as I tell everybody, let the fans know where they can keep tabs up with you, and then breaking news and what have you, your social media, your website, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, I'm super in touch with the fans, all the time. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. Instagram is Maureen_Shea, and then on Twitter I'm Maureen Shea. I just got Periscope, which is interesting. Actually, Shane got me and Tristan got me onto Periscope, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. So that was really, I like to interact with everybody, and then I've got my Facebook and everything, and I'm always updating it. Everything's always, there's some good stuff happening. I'm going to be traveling the next 3 weeks, and it looks like I'm probably going to be at the Deontay Wilder fight, WBC fight now. So I'll be out there. I'll be in New York for a week. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach area as well, doing some work out there. So I'm excited to meet the fans and see everybody. So, if you're around the areas, I'll be doing some events and I'll be posting some stuff. So I'd love to meet everybody.
Absolutely. Well, good deal. Well, I got to say this. You're also adorable. We appreciate what you're doing and coming on and being a guest here on the Ruckus. And we may be looking at something, maybe you being a correspondent, because if you're going to be traveling these different spots and different fights, we may be able to work something out. But we appreciate you taking our time here with us this season.
So much.
I'll definitely let Miss Giandra know. We'll keep in touch with you, all right?
Absolutely. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night.
You too.